There's been a really big rise in the trend of spirituality over the last couple of years. But why are so many people turning to a spiritual path these days? Well, it seems to me to be pretty simple. In a world that is so often chaotic and overwhelming, seemingly more so year by year, a spiritual path often promises a way to feel happier and more grounded. It's all about finding a deeper connection with yourself and the world around you, and also the wider universe, and ultimately achieving lasting inner peace, which to most of us sounds pretty good, right? And one of the key phases for a lot of people on this phase of spiritual awakening is what I like to call the ritual and routine stage. And that's where you start incorporating various rituals into your daily life, which can be things that you actively do, like eating healthier, exercising, practicing yoga, meditation, using crystals, keeping a gratitude journal, or basically anything that makes you feel better and more centered. For instance, you might start your day with a yoga session followed by 15 minutes of meditation. Then you might carry a crystal in your pocket all day to help you stay grounded. And at the end of the day, you'll be maybe writing down some things that you're grateful for. And you probably feel that these rituals are incredibly powerful in helping you to feel more connected and at peace. And on the flip side, rituals can also involve the things that you avoid doing. Maybe you've decided to cut out alcohol, processed foods, or even certain people from your life, the ones that you feel are toxic. And just as with the other rituals, it's likely that your experience is that by not engaging with these behaviours or interactions, you're creating a healthier and more positive environment for yourself. And at certain phases of your spiritual journey, these rituals can be incredibly helpful. For example, if alcohol is preventing you from finding peace because you can't drink in moderation, then it makes complete sense to cut it out. If you're stuck in bad habits that are dragging you down, then replacing them with healthier ones like yoga or meditation is a great move. But there is a catch-22, which is really important to watch out for when you're implementing these rituals, and that is watching out for rituals becoming new dependencies over time. Think of rituals like stepping stones towards a new state of being. They're there to help you transition out of old unhelpful habits, but if you start relying on them too heavily, which is very common in the spiritual arena, they can stop being useful and start becoming dependencies. Imagine this: how would you feel if one day you couldn't do your rituals? Perhaps you've run out of time, or you didn't have the necessary things in place. Would you feel lost, anxious, or off balance? If so, that's a sign that your rituals might have become crutches as opposed to tools. So just for a little bit of perspective from my own journey, I thought I'd made it when I finally found happiness in life. But that happiness was so fragile. I had this huge list of things I couldn't do: no alcohol, no meat, no processed foods, no talking to certain people, no TV, no shopping from certain stores. You get the picture. And then there was also an equally huge list of things that I had to do: practice gratitude, meditate, cleanse my crystals, say my affirmations, pray, and so on. And it kind of felt like my entire existence was encased within a very fragile house of cards. I'd carefully balanced each card on top of the other, and with a single blow the whole thing could come crashing down around me. And that thought terrified me more than anything. How could the happiness that I had worked so hard to create be capable of disappearing in seconds? So what is the takeaway here? The importance of rituals is not to replace old dependencies with new ones. By all means, use rituals as a method to exit from old habits that are taking you backwards, but don't attach to them to a degree where they become the controllers of your happiness. When you are out of the old habits, start to loosen your grip and allow yourself to find happiness in the joy of experiencing life instead of through attachment and control. Ultimately, the goal is to reach a state where you can feel grounded, peaceful, and happy, regardless of whether you do a yoga session or carry your crystals around. The rituals are tools, they are not the end goal. They're there to guide you towards a new path, but not to become the path, not to become the rulers of your life. Thank you for taking this time to explore this topic with me. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to like and subscribe, and please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Have rituals featured in your spiritual journey, and do you depend on them for your happiness? I'd really love to hear from you, and I'll speak soon.